I'm Emma. I'm 34 years old, married, and from the outside, my life looks perfect. My husband, Mark, is a successful lawyer. We have a beautiful home, a respected place in society. But inside, there's an emptiness I can't quite explain. I don't know exactly when it started. I don't feel like I don't love Mark, but our relationship has become monotonous over the years. He is extremely dedicated to his job. He leaves early in the morning, comes home exhausted at night, and most of the time, I eat dinner alone. Our conversations revolve around work, bills, and schedules. I still feel young, I still feel alive, but I feel like a ghost in my own life. And then Nathan entered the picture. Nathan was one of Mark's old friends from university. I had seen him a couple of times before, but never really talked to him. Then, one evening, right before leaving for a business trip, Mark invited Nathan over for dinner, without telling me first. "I don't want Emma to be alone while I'm gone," he had said. The moment I opened the door for Nathan, I felt something shift. He was tall, confident, and had an intense gaze that made me feel like he could see right through me. He wasn't dressed particularly well, just a casual shirt, but he wore it in a way that made it look effortlessly good on him. "Emma, it's been a while," he said, his voice deep and steady. That night, as we sat across from each other at the dining table, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. I felt like a woman. Nathan looked at me when I spoke. He listened. He made me feel seen. Mark hadn't done that in years. The way he held my gaze a second too long, the way our fingers brushed accidentally, but neither of us pulled away immediately. It all felt like an unspoken conversation. The next morning, Mark left for his business trip. I told myself everything was fine. It was just a friendly dinner. But then Nathan texted me. "Last night was amazing. Talking to you. It felt really good." And I replied, "That's how it started." At first, our conversations were innocent, casual. But then, the tone shifted. "Does Mark really deserve you?" Nathan asked one night. That question echoed in my mind for days. Did he? I found myself wanting to see Nathan again. I told myself there was no hidden intention, but deep down, I knew better. I met him at a cafe, but after hours of talking, I didn't want to go home. When he invited me over to his place, I didn't hesitate. When he closed the door behind me, I knew a line had been crossed. Nathan took my hands, looked into my eyes, touched my face, and then he kissed me. For a moment, the world stopped. My breath caught in my throat. I shouldn't do this, but I didn't stop him. As the night unfolded, we lost all sense of restraint. I wanted him. He wanted me, and no rational thought was strong enough to stop it. The next morning, I woke up in Nathan's bed. Reality settled around me. I had cheated on my husband. But the worst part? I didn't regret it. I looked at myself in the mirror when I got home. Same Emma, but different. I told myself it was over. It was a mistake. It wouldn't happen again. But a week later, Nathan texted me again. "I need to see you. And you need to see me, don't you?" My hands trembled as I held my phone. There was a war between my mind and my desires. But my fingers didn't listen. "Come." And Nathan came. It was supposed to be just once. But I lied. Our nights got longer, our meetings more frequent. When I was with him, I felt alive, powerful, like I had been reborn. Mark still didn't notice, but affairs never stay hidden forever. One night, Mark came home early. I was still wrapped up in Nathan's arms. The sound of the front door unlocking sent my heart into my throat. "Emma? Are you home?" Nathan quickly ran into the bathroom. I scrambled to fix my clothes, my heart pounding in my chest. Mark walked in, tired but affectionate. "I missed you," he said, placing a soft kiss on my cheek. And in that moment, something inside me shattered. What was I doing? Nathan was still hiding in the bathroom. I was standing in front of my husband, forcing myself to say, I love you. But the worst part, even in that moment, all I could think about was Nathan. Was this a mistake? Or had I finally found something real? And that's why. It was supposed to be just once. But I lied.